The psychology of overthinking, why we do it and how to stop. Have you ever stayed up at night thinking about something you said days ago? Or replayed a situation in your mind over and over, analyzing every word and facial expression? If yes, you're not alone. Overthinking is something almost all of us do, and although it feels like we're solving a problem, the truth is, it often creates more of them. In this article, we'll explore the psychology of overthinking, uncover why we do it, and more importantly, how to stop. From hidden triggers to real-world strategies backed by science, each point reveals something powerful about the way your mind works. Let's begin this journey into your thoughts. 1. What is overthinking really? Overthinking isn't just about thinking too much. It's about thinking in circles. It's when thoughts go from helpful problem-solving to obsessive worry. Psychologists call it rumination, a loop of negative thoughts that don't lead to resolution. You might think you're being cautious or smart, but overthinking is different from planning. It drains mental energy and often leads to anxiety, doubt, and emotional fatigue. It's the difference between preparing for a storm and imagining every possible way lightning could strike. 2. Why overthinking feels so hard to control. One of the strangest things about overthinking is how involuntary it feels. You don't decide to overthink, it just happens. But why? The brain is wired for survival, not happiness. It's constantly trying to predict threats. So when something happens that feels unresolved, like a mistake at work or an awkward text, you subconsciously fixate on it. Your brain believes that by going over the scenario again and again, you'll somehow prevent it from happening in the future. This evolutionary mechanism worked when threats were physical. But now we overthink social blunders, missed opportunities, or what-ifs. The instinct is ancient, but the triggers are modern. 3. The link between anxiety and overthinking. There's a deep connection between anxiety and overthinking. When you're anxious, your mind looks for control. But life is full of unknowns, and that lack of control can lead to obsessive thinking. Overthinkers often say things like, "I just want to understand why this happened," or, "If I keep thinking, maybe I'll figure it out." This illusion of control keeps you trapped in a loop that never ends. Science shows that overthinking activates the same brain regions involved in fear, the amygdala and prefrontal cortex. In other words, your brain is reacting as if there's a real danger, even when the threat is imagined. 4. The two main types of overthinking. Psychologists break overthinking into two main forms. Rumination, dwelling on the past. Why did I say that? What if I hadn't made that mistake? Worrying, obsessing about the future. What if I fail? What if things go wrong? Both steal your peace in different ways. Rumination keeps you stuck in regret. Worrying keeps you frozen in fear. Being able to identify which type you do more often is the first step to stopping it. 5. Perfectionism and the fear of being judged. Another major cause of overthinking is perfectionism, the need to get everything right. You fear judgment, rejection, or failure. So your mind replays everything, hoping to find the perfect response, decision, or action. Unfortunately, there is no perfect, and striving for it only feeds anxiety. Research shows perfectionists are far more likely to suffer from chronic overthinking, leading to procrastination, indecision, and burnout. Letting go of perfection is like hitting pause on the mental noise. 6. How overthinking affects your body and health. Overthinking isn't just a mental issue. It affects your physical health too. It raises your cortisol levels, the stress hormone. It impacts sleep quality. It weakens your immune system. It even causes digestive issues, tension headaches, and fatigue. The mind-body connection is real. If you constantly feel drained or sick for no clear reason, your overactive mind could be the hidden culprit. 7. The trap of what-if thinking. What if I fail? What if they don't like me? What if I pick the wrong career? These are classic signs of catastrophic thinking. While it feels like preparation, it's actually a mental trap. Instead of solving problems, your brain creates imaginary ones. Most of these fears never come true, but they drain you as if they already have. The antidote? Shift from what if to what is. Focus on what you do know, what's happening now, and what you can control. 8. How to stop overthinking, proven strategies. So how do you stop overthinking? Here are research-backed tools. Name the thought, say, "This is overthinking." Labeling it creates distance. Schedule worry time. Give yourself 10 minutes a day to worry. It prevents rumination all day. Use grounding techniques. Focus on 5 things you can see, 4 you can touch, 3 you can hear, etc. Write it down. Journaling clears mental space. Take action. Even a small step quiets the mind. Practice mindfulness. It trains your brain to be present. Stopping overthinking doesn't happen instantly. but with practice you'll notice the volume turning down. 9. People who overthink tend to be highly intelligent. Here's an uplifting truth. Overthinking is common in intelligent, creative, and empathetic people. What? Because you care. You want to make good decisions. You notice details others miss. Your mind is wired for complexity. The key isn't to stop thinking, it's to stop spiraling. Learn to use your mind as a tool, not a trap. 10. Silence isn't emptiness, it's mental power. We live in a world where constant thinking feels like a badge of honor. But some of the most powerful minds understand the value of mental stillness. Silence creates space for clarity. It helps you connect with your instincts. It allows creativity and insight to emerge. Learning to sit with silence, to not react to every thought, is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. As the saying goes, you are not your thoughts. Final thoughts. Overthinking is like being in a car with the engine running, but you're not going anywhere. The noise is loud, the gas is burning, but there's no progress. Understanding the psychology of overthinking helps you break free from the loop. You don't have to believe every thought you have. You don't have to replay every moment or fear every possibility. Instead, choose presence. Choose action. Choose peace. Because the mind is a powerful tool when it works for you, not against you.